the Eikenberg. Here we go. Absolutely beautiful climb. This is when I thought it was an absolute cobble beast, flying up this climb at like 33 k's, and I was like, oh my god, I'm absolute god at this. Like, sign me now, quick step. And then quickly I realised I am not a god at this at all. As I was bumping, the Eikenberg's pretty nice. You get a little bit of a downhill into like 3-4% at the beginning, so you're going pretty hard. It's quite easy to keep good power. You can see we're going up to 400 at some points. Keeping it pretty solid. I think now I decided to change it to the small ring, so a little bit of power outage, but still, we're looking good. I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling so strong. I thought I was doing incredibly well. I'm going 18k an hour and 11%, 12% gradient with cobbles. So I was like, yeah, we're feeling good. But I looked at my times, and they're still rubbish compared to the pros. Even the very beginning part, which is quite sad. Still a little boost for Set Van Mark on the right-hand side of the road. Now, the Eikenberg has had a bit of controversy recently because they decided to pave over the left-hand side of the road, and in a bit you'll see on the right-hand side of the road as well. At one point, I believe a Belgian bloke decided to actually get his sweeping brush out and try and sweep away the concrete before the steamroller came back because he was so upset about this happening. I believe in the Tour of Flanders, however, it is fenced, but I know that's not true for every single race. I think E3 went up here potentially, and some of the other ones may have done, like Dwarsdorf, Flanders, and all the rest of them. I'm almost 100% sure Umloop goes up here as well, or used to. Anyway, so you can see here, we're still doing good effort. Eikenberg's pretty easy, to be honest. The beginning part, you have a lot of momentum coming into you. This part is a little bit like, oh, it hurts a bit. Then the cobbles get very smooth here, which is really nice. And then you can see you're coming towards the end of it, this section, because you can see around the corner just in a bit that it gets onto the asphalt road. Now, when it gets onto the asphalt road, and it's quite easy to do this, mainly because you're very tired. Don't go onto the asphalt here, right? You're in Belgium to ride the cobbles, so ride the cobbles. If you're a pro rider, get on the asphalt because you're paid to win, not to ride cobbles. But if you want to experience the Belgianness, ride the cobbles. So anyway, you can see now the cobbles get a bit smoother here, which is what I was talking about. Sorry, I got distracted earlier. And then you'll see the asphalt road ahead. And now I was like, oh, this is the end of the climb. However, it's not the end of the climb. I did a little cheeky hop onto the side. But anyway, I thought this was the end of the climb. I believe I actually stopped the GoPro because I was like, yeah, this is it. You can see here. And then actually we got more. So basically it's just a bit of an asphalt road to begin with. And then it goes on to some absolute mad cobbles again. These cobbles at the beginning are pretty smooth. They're not too bad. Like if this was a completely open road, you probably want to ride on the crown. I think that's a little bit more, little bit better cobbles. It's a little bit bumpy on the right hand side of the road. You can see I'm trying to zoom around some of these cobbles. But definitely if I was a pro rider, I'd be on the concrete if it wasn't bounced off, but obviously I'm not, so I want to ride the cobbles and see what it's like. So you can see now we're starting to get a little bit bumpy on the GoPro footage because the cobbles are getting less and less smooth and more and more further apart. So generally when the cobbles are very smooth, very even and close together, that's when it's easy to ride over them. And as soon as they start to become a bit more jagged, a bit further apart and less even formation, it gets a lot harder. So you can see there's a lad for Kurs. I'm not sure exactly who that bloke was actually. It might have been a quick step ride, I believe. Anyway, so you can see I'm still doing a decent effort here, but this is when it's not. The first part of the Eikenberg, when it gets up to 12%, is the harder part. Then I'm an absolute cheat and get onto the side because I've just been beaten enough by cobbles up here, and I was like, nah, I'm going onto the concrete. And the concrete, when you hop back onto the cobbles, you really can feel a massive difference. You're like, oh, I really do slow down, even with the same power. And now we're coming up towards the end of the Eikenberg. So this is basically the end. Just here, cobbles get a little bit smoother, and then onto the asphalt road. So there we go. Cheers for watching. If you're going to do the Eikenberg, pretty beautiful effort, about 3 or 4 minutes, the whole thing. Don't give up when you first see the asphalt. Keep going all the way. And yeah, there we go. Go to Belgium, watch my other videos, and cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.